believe billionaires are tuned in to this channel. Today, you will learn what power versus capital is and the inner game of 12-0 wealth. You see, for centuries, capital ruled the world, but now something is happening or shifting. The line between power and capital is blurring, and whoever masters both wins the game of the 21st century and moves from success to significance. Now, stay with me. Let's start with power versus capital by going back. Capital, money, assets, credit was how families, firms, and nations grew. But capital alone didn't protect wealth. You needed power to secure it. Rockefeller had capital, but he also had influence. The Rothschilds financed a lot of things and also shaped politics. Tech founders became billionaires, then moved to build political machines. The lesson here: capital may build your empire, but power ensures it is never taken. In today's hyper-connected world, just having capital makes you a target. Government can freeze your assets. Social media mobs can destroy your reputation. Regulators can dismantle your business model overnight. The modern billionaire knows that if I don't have influence, my wealth isn't sovereign. It is rented. And that is the final evolution when capital and power must merge. So, what kind of power are we talking about? Well, there are three forms: political power, influence over laws, policies, and access. Think lobbying, campaign finance, back-channel diplomacy. Cultural power, influence over minds and narrative. Think media control, education, brand leadership. Technological power, influence over infrastructure, platforms, and code. Think platforms, data, AI, defense tech. Now, when capital controls only one, it is strong. But when it controls all three, it becomes unstoppable. Look at the current billionaires shaping our future. Elon Musk, that is capital plus tech power plus narrative control. Jeff Bezos, capital plus media ownership plus government contracts. Ray Dalio, capital plus global diplomacy plus thought leadership. They don't just build wealth, they shape the future of wealth itself. They are power capitalists, and that is the end game. So, how do you evolve? Well, think beyond return on investment. Invest in access, influence, and resilience. Build credibility in public and in backrooms. Own systems, not just assets, platforms, infrastructure, people. Understand statecraft, read history, geopolitics, and military economics. Play the long game. Empires aren't built quarter by quarter, because in the final stage of wealth, money isn't enough. You need sovereignty, and sovereignty requires power. Now, to move in from success to significance, the inner game of 12-0 wealth. Everyone talks about how to get rich. Few talk about what happens when you get there or when you do. This is about the inner game, the shift from success to significance, from chasing commerce to creating meaning, from making millions to mastering 12-0 wealth. Now, 12 zeros, that is $1 trillion, sounds mythical, but it is more than a number. 12-0 wealth is financial magnitude, intellectual debt, emotional sovereignty, and generational intention. It is the wealth that doesn't just buy things, it builds worlds. You are not just stuck in money, you are shaping civilization itself. Now, let's talk about the climb. The early game of wealth is external: win, prove, accumulate. But once you reach 8, 9, 10 figures, something happens. You start to ask, why do I feel this emptiness in victory? Why do my relationships feel conditional? Why do I trust no one? This is the billionaire's paradox. You become everyone's goal, and yet no one really understands you. The answer isn't more success, it is a shift towards significance. Now, success is ego, significance is essence. It is the moment when legacy outweighs luxury. Impact matters more than image. You stop flexing and start building. The inner game is subtle, quiet. It demands emotional clarity, mental stillness, spiritual calibration, and he who masters this himself is greater than he who conquers a whole city. Ancient wisdom, billionaire truth. Let me give you the framework I call the five pillars of 12-0 significance. Vision beyond you. You are building for your great-great-grandchildren and the world they will live in. Mentorship and multiplication. You become a multiplier of wealth, not just money. Influence, invisible influence. You don't need credit. You build quiet empires. Sovereign peace. You protect your nervous system like your net worth. Immortal contribution. Art, systems, institutions. Something that outlasts your heartbeat. If you are not building something that could outlive you by 300 years, you are still in the success game. The world is hungry for significance, not more billionaires, but more meaning makers. In an age of AI, automation, and algorithms, what is left is intention and the most powerful legacy. A soul that remained clear even after amassing $1 trillion in value. That is what 12-0 wealth really means. This isn't just about scaling wealth, it is about evolving your relationship with it. Capital is the engine, power is the shield. The final evolution is the fusion of both. Subscribe if you are building not just wealth, but dynasties. And remember, those who master capital rule industries. Those who master power rule time. This channel is for the few who want to leave the world better than they found it and have the receipt to prove they did.